Hi friends, I'm Madhavta from Easy Approach, and it's the 37th video of Flutter video series. From the last couple of videos we have been doing Firebase authentication, and in this video we are going to use another Firebase backend service which is called Cloud Firestore. And in case you don't know what the Cloud Firestore is, then Cloud Firestore is the cloud-based real-time database service which you can integrate in your application, and you can just use that service and you don't have to worry about all the behind the scene backend stuff, and it's the Google responsibility to manage all this stuff. Now in the 34th part we have integrated Firebase in our application. So the project you are currently watching, I have already integrated Firebase in this project, so as I have done in the 34th part. So if you don't know how to integrate Firebase with the Flutter project, then you better need to first watch my 34th video and then you can start this video. So now let's see the project structure and the design of the screens that I've already made to save the time. First of all, the application that we are going to make is the single screen application. So you just have a single screen. I have made a package inside the lib in which I have just one screen, that is product screen. But first let's see in the main. So in this main, I have called or used this product screen as the default screen of the application. So if we go on this screen, you can see the simple code, and it's currently you can see this screen on the emulator as well. So it has nothing, just two text form field. The first one is this and the second one is this, and the controller associated with each of them so that we can extract the text. And there's a button as well inside which we have to define some functionality inside the on press. So basically the idea is we have a form in which we have the product name field and the product price, and then what we'll do, we'll just get the data from the user and we'll insert in the Firebase Cloud Firestore database. So we have another thing that I've made already. It is this product model. So it just have two different fields and a constructor to initialize these fields, and I have made a method as well inside it which is toMap. So the function of this method is to convert the product model into a map form so that we can add it to the Firebase, because we need to give the map form of the model in order to insert in the Firebase as per standards. So that's all from the project structure and the screens that I've designed already. So now let's move forward and make things real. So now let's first write the code for adding the product model into the database. But before moving on, we have to make sure one thing, that we have added these two dependencies. The first one is this Cloud Firestore and this Firebase core, as we have done it already in the 34th part. So I have already told you, if you haven't watched that video, then please first watch that video and then start this video. And another thing is that you have to enable your database in the Firebase console as well. So this is all the things that you need to do in order to start this application. So anyways, let's start the coding for inserting the product model into the database. So what I'm doing, I'm making a feature of type void, and now let's give some name like insert data. And you need to use here async as well, since we will be using await keyword inside this feature. So firstly, let's define here a parameter name product, which would be the product to insert into the database. And now let's first get the instance of Cloud Firestore so that we can query or add the data into database. So you can get the instance of Cloud Firestore by using firestore and just give any name like Firestore. And you can get the instance of Firestore by using .instance. And now we need to add the data into database. And as you may know that Firestore works on collections and documents model. So we have in the Firebase collections, like we have folders, and inside it we have documents like we have files. And in the documents we save the data. So in order to save the product, we have to first make the collection. So you can either make the collection from this console by clicking here and giving some name, or you can make from here as well. So you just have to write Firestore collection, and here you need to give the name of the collection. So if it is not already present in the Firebase console, it would first make the collection that you have given here. So we need to make the collection of products. So just give the name products, and now we need to add the product inside this collection. So you can add the product in the document form by using .add, and you just have to pass the product that you have got from the user. So this is it. And as this is a feature, you can use this then property, or then a callback actually. So inside it you get the instance of document reference that you have just added. So what I'm doing, I'm just printing the document ID that I've just added on the console, so that I can know that it is successfully inserted. And there's another callback as well, which is catch error, in case we have got some error from the future. So we need to define it as well. So we can just write E as an exception, and we can just print it on console so that we can know in case of any error. So this is it. We have done with the insertion code, and now we just have to call this inside the onPress. We first need to get the data from this tax form field, and then we need to make the product model, and then we just need to call the function, the feature that we have just made. So firstly, let's get the name of the product and the price of the product from this tax form field, and then we would make the instance of the product model. So let's make a variable final string name, which will be the product name, and you can get it by name. Sorry, we have given the same name. We have to change it like p name. And now we have to get the tags from the tax form field, so you can get it from name.tags. And same, you have to make another variable, a string p price, and you can get the tags by using price.tags. And now we need to make the product model instance, so you can make a product model. Just give some name like product. So we have to add this we have to import this on the main as well, on the product screen as well. So now we can make the instance of product screen, product model, and we have to give two properties here: the name that we have already got, p name, and the price that we have, p price. So this is it. Now we just need to call this feature in order to insert into database. So you just have to write here insert data. And one thing, you don't need to pass this product in product model, as I've told you that in order to add into Firebase, we need to pass the map form of the model. So as I have already made a method to map, to convert the product model into a map form, so we need to pass this to map. And now we can just run this application. So the application is restarted, and now let's see if it is correctly working or not. So let's open the console, and now let's add the product. So let's give some name like Mike, because I really need a new mic. And let's give some price like $300. And now let's click on send. It should add here. Please man, let's add it. So let's see the our console if it is showing some error. No, it's successfully added. You can see here the document ID. So I think we need to refresh it. So yeah, you can see the collection, and inside it we have the document with a unique ID, because we have used the add function. It first make the unique it first make the document with a unique ID, and it stores the data inside it. So it's the same data that we have inserted. So we have done with the first part, and now we have to show all the inserted data here in the list form. So now let's move forward and do this thing as well. So in order to show all the list of the products from Firestore on this screen, we need to use a stream builder, as Firestore gives us the stream of all the documents inside a particular collection. So we need to use a stream builder for that, to build the widget when we receive the data from the stream. So now let's use after this flat button, as we are in the column widget, and now let's use here expand it, so that we don't have any sort of overflow. And inside it we have to define a stream builder. And as the data that we will be receiving in this stream builder would be the query snapshot, so you have to give here the type as well. And now you have to give here the stream, or the source of the data. So the source of the data is from the Firestore. We are getting the data, so you first have to write here firestore dot instance dot collection, and you need to get the data from the products collection, and you can use here a snapshot. It would return you the query stream of the data inside the products, that is all the documents inside the products. And now you have to build you have to render the UI according to the data that you have received. And now we need to define the builder property inside this stream builder. So we have two different things inside it. We have firstly the build context. Let's give some name like context, and we have async query snapshot. So this is async snapshot, and the type of it is query snapshot, and you can give any name like query snapshot. And now what we need to do, we need to return some UI according to the data we have received. Firstly, we need to check if we have some error in the data that we have received. So you can check it by query snapshot dot has error. So in case we have some error, or we have to return some text widget that's showing the error message, so you can just write here some error. And now we have to check the connection status of this stream builder. So you can check it by query snapshot dot connection state, and if it is in waiting, so we can show some indicator, progress indicator. So we have a circular progress indicator. And in the else, we can show the list view, and in the list view we will show all the data of this snapshot that's actually the documents inside the collection. So just return here a list view dot builder. And now we have to define this item builder. So firstly we have context here, and the second thing we have index, and we need to return the list style, in which we will show the data of each row inside this list view. So let's define the title. But before defining the title of this list style, we first need to get the list of all the products. So you can get it by making a final variable, final like something list, and you can get the data from query snapshot, and there we have data, and inside it we have document. So it would return you the list of document snapshot, you can see here. So this is good. And now what we need to do, we first need to get the list item, which is actually the document. So you can get it by passing the index, the corresponding index, and then you need to show the title. So we want to show the name of the product in the title. So you can show the name of the title by using the same property name that we have in the Firebase console. So we have the same property name, so you have to you can access the document property by giving the same name. So this is it, and now we have to show the subtitle as well, and we need to show the price of the product in the subtitle. So you can get the corresponding document first, and then you can get the price by giving the same property name. So this is it. I think we have done everything, and now we need to run this application. As we have just one product added so far, so it must show one item on the list. A string is not a subtype of widget. Oh, sorry, it's actually a string, so we need to give this inside the text widget. And same with this. Now if I rerun this application, so you can see the item, and we need to do one thing as well. We have to define another property inside this Listview .builder. So the property that we have is item count actually, and here we need to give list.length. So now if I refresh it, so now you can see there is no error anymore. And you can see as we have just added one product in the products collection, so we can see just one item here. And now if I add some another product like Mac PC, and it should be something around a big and huge number. I don't know what, but it should be huge. And now let's send it to that Firebase. It should show here. So you can see here the item is added here, and the item is added in the Firebase console as well. So this is it. In this video we have seen how we can use firestore, a backend service in the application, and how we can add the data into Firebase, and how we can show the data from the Firebase. So in the next video we'll continue this Firebase and Flutter part, and we will do some more thing, like we will update the data that we have already saved, and will give some condition while doing query, like equals to and greater than and less than and all these stuff. So if you haven't subscribed my channel, please subscribe my channel. If you like the video, hit the like button, and please press on the bell icon as well, so that you can get the notification of the videos that I'm gonna upload. Thank you for watching.